Well, hey there, and thanks for stopping by. My name's Robbie Greer from Rusticated-Art, and this is Fun Time Family Art, where we all get to sit down and draw along together. Anyone can learn to draw. So long as you can hold a pencil and write your name, you can learn to draw. You just gotta want to enough. Now today, we're gonna be drawing a tree. Not just any tree, this is gonna be your tree. I'm gonna show you step by step how to do a basic tree using just basic shapes. So have you got your sketch pads ready and your pencil sharpened up? I can see you chomping at the bit. Well, come on in, let's get started. First off, we're just going to do a line like this. Just up there. Just like that. So you've got two lines, that's about 4 centimetres apart. That's how wide we make that. And tapers up to 1 centimetre. Look, it's just to make it go so that it's not like that. It goes in, it tapers. I see so many beginners going in and they draw a tree and they just do a, you know, like up here like this and then like that, and then your branches, and that's not how they are. So what we're going to do is just breaking it down into the basic fundamentals of how a tree actually would look. So I'll divide this into thirds. Now the reason being is that generally the bottom third, the branches tend to go down. And the second third, they tend to go out, across, and the top third, they tend to go up. And it's just a guideline. Not every tree's like that. So let's start off, and we're going to put in a little branch here. So it's sort of going down a bit. Now remember, as the trunk, the main trunk of the tree, tapers inwards, and so do the branches. They start off fat, and then you just, like this. And then we're going to do, now that's in the front. Now we might just do one, say here, and that's around the back of the tree. Oh, we'll have another one here, I think. Just like this, just take your time. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake, because this is just a rough outline of what we're trying to achieve. So that's all good. And now over here, we're going to do the same here, but this time they're going to be more outward. See? Just like that. And do another one there. Now remember, they don't all have to be in the front. Some of them are at the back. So we might have that one there, could be just coming off the side of the tree. It's just that angle. If you walked a couple of paces to the left, it'd look different again. Now we'll do another one here. We'll make this one so it's sort of, it's going to be behind the tree. Now, as they go up, they get thinner as well. It starts off quite thick, but then as they go up, as with the tree, they get thinner as we go. Now, it's just the basic outlines. And then over here, we're going to start going up. And they do go off in all sorts of different angles. Don't worry about getting all this right just yet, because we're going to shade all that in. Just to give you an idea. So what we might do here actually is just go like that. We'll have a little offshoot there, and we're going to have another branch going off there, and one there. And then what we might have is one just coming down here, just a little skinny one. Now this tree's not going to have any leaves, so you know it could either be one of those trees that shed all the leaves, or it could also be, and that might just go down a bit. Hey, maybe you got hit by lightning or something. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so we've got the 3 sections. So we've got the bottom section, first third, which is the bottom. The branches tend to be more downward. And then in the middle there, they're going to come out, and then the top they're going up. Now this is basically the same sort of thing as we do when we're doing posts and things like that, because we're going to just shade it in, holding the pencil flat on its side and just using my HB, and we're just going to go in there like this, and all we're doing is just blocking it. That's all we're really doing. Just trying to create some texture. Going in there, shading it in, just blocking it in for now. Go up to the branch there like that. Now we want to make it like when we do posts, we want to make it a little bit darker, just to give the impression that it's rounded. And as I say, it's just a generic tree, so we're not too, it's not a pine tree or anything. It's just a tree. It's got some bark on it, and it's got branches. It just gives you a grounding on how to go about actually drawing a tree. The next thing we'll do, we'll come in here and just shade that branch in. Put a couple of little feelers off there, little fingers. And then the next one, which is a lot fatter, thicker, and this one can either be at the back or on the side. Now see these lines here? These are just guidelines, so we know where the branch begins and ends. So we need to make our shading as dark as the outline. Otherwise it's going to look like a line, and you don't see lines. You don't see lines at all. I know I keep going on about it, but we don't. You see the edge of something where it comes to an end. I made that a little bit thick there, so I might just erase that. Just erase as you go. So all we're doing, as I say, is just blocking it and we're just shading. We're going to come back, get some detail in, some bark texture but at the moment, and just the same thing, just holding it on its side, pencil. So don't worry about any detail at all, just getting the tree to look like a tree. I'll keep moving it around, that's how I go. As you know by now, I like to move the way the drawing's going. And it's just, it's up to you. You do it how you feel more comfortable. Over here, we got that down there. A little branch just. There may be branches down here going up that way. That's quite possible. But just to get into the habit of trying to draw just a basic tree, we're just going to do it this way. When you start looking at actual trees and that's got to go into your picture, then it may be a little bit different. As all trees, everything's different. Over here. Over here. Here. We're going to tidy it up. We've got all this blocked in. Make it a little bit more realistic. Just draw along with me, and you can just pause it. Pause it when you're ready if I'm going a bit quicker, because it's about just taking your time and just feeling your way around. And really that's it. That's your basic tree. But now what we're going to do is we're going to make it look a bit more realistic. And to start with, what I want to do is we'll go in with our blender, and we'll just gently, just softly go over it. And we're going to start looking at adding some texture. Now, as before, when you come in here now, because that's sort of going around on the side there, we need that we don't want to actually see a line like that. So we're just going to little circular motions just to make it look like it's not just stuck on. Same here, and this one here. Always a little bit darker on the bottom. It's feeling a bit grainy, that actually. And we're just going to come in here. Some bark texture going on here now. Now, on here we can put some more branches. Like, for example, this one here, it might have something going over here like this. That's what they call them, branches. Yeah, they're all branching out in different directions. Over here. Or is that more where the term branch comes from? Branching out. And here. Now here, you look at, you know, these little sort of fingers coming down. Yeah. That's what he might decide it wants to come down. Maybe his mate down here. You can just put as much in as you want, or as little as you want. And just as you go, just making it up as you go along. It's your tree. There's a bit darker, not much light getting in there. Yeah, if you want to make the tree, the branches, look a bit like they're going away from you, then what we do there is we just darken things up a bit. For example, let's just say this branch here is sort of coming out and then swinging away. So what we're going to do is just using a 2B just to give it a bit more darker. You can just push a bit harder if you haven't. I'm trying to give it the illusion or the impression that it's sort of swinging away. And then come down here. Alright, and this one here will be the same. Just a different value, you know, just a different darkness, different tone. And in here, clean that in. Then all this in here. Once again, it's just putting down layers and then moving in and smoothing them over, softening them up. And you see, when we're doing the fence posts and things like that, see, we go in here and you see all these little marks and bits that are missing, imperfections and things, and we'll go in here and we'll make use of that. See some little lines in there. Yeah. Just keep going over it. Now, if we wanted to, we could just leave it at this. I mean, that's the basic tree. However, let's just see if we can just sort of maybe just give it a bit more detail. Might want to do a bit more on it. I mean, we're just going to go in here and with the old kneadable eraser and just take bits out and just see what sort of an effect we can have. You know, what we can create. Give it a bit more texture or a different kind of texture. You just have to play around with it. There's no right or wrong. You know, and it's all about just playing around with shapes. And I'm just taking a bit of the graphite off. And that's what it's about, just trying to, it's a practice, that's what we're doing, we're practicing. I just want to go in here and take a bit of that out. It's a little bit too big. Where else? just wherever you see, you know, wherever you think, yeah, well, let's just try something a bit different. So I think we might just go in there and take that out there, tidy it up in places. It's the only way you're going to learn, you know. It's all trial and error. Don't be afraid. I might just don't be afraid. I always say, don't be afraid to make mistakes. And this is the best time, you know, when you're just playing around. It's having a bit of a practice. Yeah. See, now already, by using the blue tack, we've changed the texture. You know, it's got a different effect now. It's just one more little piece here. I'll just and sit back and have a look at it and just decide. Now, what do you think? What do you reckon we should do? Alright, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use my 2B and just go in here again and put a bit more back in. Move the page around. Just get more to the outside there. I just want to give it a little bit more tone on the sides there, just to make it look a bit more round. Now, did you know that trees actually grow out, and as they're growing out, they grow up? And if you have a look at a tree, we've all seen that the rings on a tree, if you look at the end of a tree, the rings, every year they get a new ring. That's how you can tell it how old they are. But as I say, as they're growing out, they're growing up. That's why they're tapering. Well, one of the reasons, I guess. They don't grow straight, woof, like a post. Yeah, so you might like to know that. So there's not really a lot more to do, and it's the same old story. You can put in as much as you want, or as little as you want. And it's another one with this tree. It's just something that you can just come back to every now and again. You can just come back and say, oh, I might just try something else. Let's just have a go and see what that would look like, you know. We might put another branch on here. Yeah. But really, it's just the purpose of this exercise is just the basics of a tree, putting it together. Don't want to overdo it. Keep it simple, and then you'll find that, you know, the more you do, like anything else, the better you'll get at it, and you'll find other ways of putting in stuff that you want to put in. It's all about the journey. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it while you can. Really, that's about it, I think. Now, if you wanted to get into real detail stuff and that, you could just go in here with your mechanical pen. I use it on mechanical because they are a lot, you know, they stay a lot sharper. It's not going to get any fat other than that. That's it. You know, you can and you put it on an angle, and that makes it even finer. But say, for example, we wanted to put a bit more detail into, say, this tree, this branch here. So I might just come in here like this. I'm just going to use this as an example. I'm not going to do the whole lot. And you can get a bit more bark texture going in there. You know, and it just, you create little knots. I remember drawing a tree, which I saw on the highway, on the motorway to Nerang, which is on the Gold Coast of Queensland, Australia. And my daughter was driving, and we went over this bridge, and I looked to my left, and there was this tree, and it was just there on its own. I thought it was dead. I just had to get a photo of it. I had to draw that, so we went back. It was a couple of days later, and I remembered where the spot was. And I just said, just slow down a bit, but you've got to be a bit careful, you know, because you're in 100k traffic. And I took this photo of it, and it wasn't until I got it home, printed it out, it actually wasn't dead. There was a little bit of green, and there's a little leaf like that. Yeah, and I actually thought it was dead. So just put one on here. Yeah, and really that's about all we can do for today. I mean, there's a bit of ground down here. It's just showing you the basics. You know, from this little demonstration, you can just go on from that. It's the basic foundation of a tree. Of course there's all different kinds of trees. You've got fir trees, you've got palm trees. So have some fun, you know, get in there and just put little bits in here and you know, don't worry about making a mistake. You can rub it out. Now we've got to stop because otherwise I'll keep on going. I can see heaps of things to do in here. But really, I just wanted you to get the idea and to realise that trees aren't hard to draw. It's like everything else, you just take your time, feel your way around. Don't like it, rub it out. But don't, before you start doing things like that, walk away from it for a while. Walk away, go and do something else, and then come back. And it's amazing what you'll see when you do that, because you get so engrossed in what you're doing, you know, you get away from the fact of what you're actually doing. It's like your mind is taken over. You're just going away there, and then all of a sudden you think, oh, you've been going for about 40 minutes. You might have been going for a couple of hours overall, and you just stop and walk away and have a look, go and have a cup of tea, or just go for a walk around the room outside. I think we're just about finished now. I'm just going to tidy this up a little bit. I see a bit of a smudge here, and just go over and have a look. You know, just leave it for a couple of hours or whatever. Come back if you want to come back to it, and you'll find more. You'll find more to do, a lot more to do, if you want to. And I really do hope that I can be of some sort of help to you. That's what it's all about. That's my mission. Oi, well, I'm glad you made it to the end, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you, my friends. Now that wasn't hard, was it? I try to keep things simple, just down to the basic shapes, because I know it can be quite daunting. I love drawing, and I want to teach as many people as possible how to draw, because it's such a pleasurable, relaxing thing to do, and it's therapeutic. It just calms me, well, it calms me down and relaxes me. Yeah, I get frustrated at times, but I know if I just keep going, I'll get there in the end. And you will too. Now, I've created this Fun Times family playlist with you in mind. I know what it's like to begin, and just remember one thing, you know, no matter how inexperienced you are, remember, even the greatest artists of all time, the masters, the Rembrandts, the Picassos, they all started in the same place you started, right at the beginning. Now, if you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you have any questions, just leave them down there in the comments. I'll answer them, and I'd love it if you subscribe, ring that bell, share it with your friends, because if you liked it, I guarantee they'll like it as well, and they'll love you for it. Remember, a family that draws together stays together. Now, I wasn't too sure about the colour lights at the beginning. I just thought I'd try them out. Let me know what you think. So give me a thumbs up, or whatever. Either way, I don't mind. Just trying something a little bit different. Anyway, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.